Hey there, I'm Mosa. Humans, we're not always the sharpest tools in the shed. Throughout history, we've done some spectacularly dumb things. From disastrous military blunders to economic bubbles, we've got a knack for making questionable choices. So, buckle up as we take a wild ride through history's greatest hits of human error. Our first stop takes us to 1932 Australia for a story that sounds like it's straight out of a Monty Python sketch. Thousands of emus were wreaking havoc on farmers' crops. The Australian government deployed soldiers armed with machine guns to combat the emu menace. The emus, surprisingly adept at guerrilla warfare, dodged bullets, leading to a humiliating defeat for the Australian army. The Great Emu War became an international laughingstock and a cautionary tale about underestimating the enemy. Our next stop, 17th century Holland, where we witnessed the absurdity of tulip mania. People were so obsessed with tulips that they traded their life savings, homes and livestock for a single bulb. At the peak, a single tulip bulb could cost more than a luxurious canal house in Amsterdam. In 1637, the market crashed, leaving thousands financially ruined, a timeless reminder of human greed and market bubbles. From financial ruin to a bizarre medical mystery, our next story takes us to Strasbourg in 1518. Frau Troffea started dancing wildly in the streets, and within days, hundreds joined her in a non-stop dance frenzy. These people danced for days without rest, collapsing from exhaustion or suffering heart attacks and strokes. Theories range from mass hysteria to food poisoning, but the dancing plague remains one of the strangest events in human history. Chapter 4. The Great Leap Forward, a Giant Leap Backwards. From 1958 to 1962, Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward aimed to transform China into an industrial powerhouse. Peasants were forced to produce steel in makeshift furnaces, resulting in useless metal and a decline in agricultural production. False reports of abundant harvests masked the true extent of the famine, leading to the deaths of an estimated 30 to 45 million people. The Great Leap Forward stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked government policies. Chapter 5, Charge of the Light Brigade, a miscommunication with deadly consequences. In 1854, during the Crimean War, a tragic miscommunication led to the infamous Charge of the Light Brigade. 673 British cavalrymen charged into a valley fortified with Russian cannons, resulting in a massacre. The event serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of miscommunication and blind obedience. Chapter 6. Tigerfish disaster in Lake Victoria. Good intentions, disastrous results. In the 1950s, the Nile perch was introduced to Lake Victoria to boost fishing yields. The perch decimated native fish populations, driving hundreds of species to extinction and devastating local fishermen. The Nile perch required expensive processing, making it inaccessible to the local population. The Lake Victoria disaster highlights the dangers of interfering with ecosystems without understanding the consequences. Chapter 7. Nuclear bomb tests in space, because what could go wrong? In 1962, the US conducted a high-altitude nuclear test called Starfish Prime, detonating a 1.4 megaton bomb 250 miles above the Pacific Ocean. The blast created an artificial radiation belt, damaging satellites and disrupting communications. People in Hawaii witnessed a brilliant flash of light, sparking widespread panic. The test highlighted the unforeseen and potentially catastrophic consequences of nuclear testing. Chapter 8. Sinking of the Titanic, a disaster of hubris and human error. In 1912, the Titanic, deemed virtually unsinkable, set sail on its maiden voyage. Despite iceberg warnings, the ship maintained its speed and course, plowing into an iceberg. The ship carried an insufficient number of lifeboats, prioritizing luxury over safety. The sinking of the Titanic serves as a haunting reminder of the consequences of human error and arrogance. Chapter 9, Boston Molasses Disaster, a sticky situation turns deadly. In 1919, a massive tank containing 2.3 million gallons of molasses ruptured, sending a deadly surge through Boston's North End. Shoddy construction and ignored warning signs led to the disaster. The molasses wave demolished buildings, killed 21 people, and injured 150. The Boston Molasses disaster stands as a testament to the importance of building codes and workplace safety regulations. Let's rewind to 18th century England for the South Sea bubble. The South Sea Company fueled investor frenzy with promises of riches from the slave trade. When the truth about the company's shaky foundations was exposed, the bubble burst, sending shockwaves through the British economy. The South Sea bubble serves as a cautionary tale about speculative bubbles and market manipulation. Our next stop takes us back to Australia and the cane toad invasion. In 1935, farmers introduced cane toads to control cane beetles, but the toads became an invasive species. They spread across the continent, devouring native insects and causing ecological chaos. The cane toad invasion highlights the importance of careful consideration when introducing non-native species. From ecological disasters to the automotive world, we have the Ford Edsel. In 1957, Ford unveiled the Edsel, a car designed to be the epitome of style and innovation. The Edsel flopped spectacularly due to its peculiar styling and lack of consumer interest. The Edsel became synonymous with marketing failure and the importance of understanding consumer preferences. And Chapter 13. Y2K Panic. When the world almost ended but didn't. As the year 2000 approached, fear spread that computer systems would malfunction, causing widespread chaos. Governments and businesses poured billions into fixing the Y2K bug, but nothing happened. The Y2K panic highlights the power of fear and the unpredictable relationship between humans and technology. Chapter 14. Soviet false alarm. One man's decision prevents nuclear war. On September 26, 1983, an alarm indicated that 5 US nuclear missiles were headed towards the Soviet Union. Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov chose to dismiss the alert as a false alarm, averting a potential nuclear catastrophe. The alarm was caused by a rare alignment of sunlight and a malfunctioning satellite. Petrov's actions highlight the importance of human judgment and critical thinking. Chapter 15. New Coke failure, don't mess with the classic. In 1985, Coca-Cola changed its 99-year-old secret formula, introducing New Coke. The public backlash was swift, and Coca-Cola reintroduced the original formula within 79 days. The New Coke debacle stands as a testament to the power of brand loyalty and the importance of listening to customers. The New Coke debacle stands as a testament to the power of brand loyalty and the importance of listening to customers. Outro will we ever learn? From emu warfare to nuclear near misses, we've journeyed through some of the dumbest things humans have ever done. These blunders reveal a common thread: human fallibility, yet amidst the wreckage there are glimmers of hope. We've learned from our blunders and developed safeguards. Thanks for joining me on this ridiculous ride through history. Until next time, stay curious and try not to make the same mistakes as your ancestors.